So if you don't like what's going on right now, and you shouldn't, do not complain. Don't hashtag. Don't get anxious. Don't retreat. Don't binge on whatever it is you're binging on. Don't lose yourself in ironic detachment. Don't put your head in the sand. Don't boo. Vote.
All right, he says don't complain, but he, spent an hour complaining anyway. Fair and balanced. It is politics. President Obama hitting the campaign trail today in California. He's trying to rally Democratic House candidates, among others. Now, one of those candidates he's rallying against joins us right now, California Republican congressional candidate Diane Harkey. This is, remember, Congressman Ice's seat. He is retiring. We did reach out to her opponent, Mike Levin, of course. The president arguing and campaigning on his behalf. Have not heard back from him, but I'm very happy to have Ms. Harkey here. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Neil, for having me.
So where does this stand and this race stand? The president and his predecessor both arguing it's about doing what we are constitutionally bound to do and to keep something going. One party arguing, in the case of the Democrats, that the direction we're going is bad. The other, that it's going well. President Trump has been saying a lot of the things that President Obama said, which is wrong. What do you think?
Well, I will just tell you that the economy is doing well. The job market is so tight because of the low unemployment in this district, and quite honestly, even in California, in spite of our high taxes, we have very low unemployment, and we're striving to get enough employees or to be able to hire. There's just not enough talent out there. So that's a good problem to have. That's going to mean there's going to be salary increases. Right now, inflation is very low. All of these things are very good for the economy. So what we need to focus more on is job training, and not just college, but the training for the jobs that people will need. And so I think I'm very excited about this election. I have an absolutely beautiful district. I know we're on the left coast, and people don't seem to think California matters. California matters hugely, and let me tell you why. What happens here spreads across the nation. If any product, anything's done here because the market is so large, and the market being that large drives the trends across the nation. So I think we've all seen California on the national stage with Nancy Pelosi. We saw the 2% was supposed to be the new growth normal. The $16 trillion, Neil, that was debt on national debt. During a very short time that was supposed to be stimulative.
But now we're adding to that debt, right? I mean, the rap against this president, he's doing a lot of good things, but the debt is piling up. And I'm just thinking of Darrell Issa, the candidate you want to replace. I mean, he barely won re-election last go-around. He's among the 40 incumbent Republicans who decided to step down, maybe fearing a blue wave. So that there are bigger things going on here that you can't control. Does that worry you?
No. Life is full of things you can't control. and whenever you're making a plan, something else happens.
But are you surprised, given the good economy, and you were quite right to point out all these very good and exactly right examples, and yet Republicans are not seeing that? Now, that might all prove wrong. In the midterms, and surprise, things happen. But does it worry you that, given that very strong backdrop, it's still looking difficult for you guys?
It's going to be very much a turnout election, so it's a matter of stimulating the base, which is why Obama is here for his candidate. I mean, you've got to be able to get your people out to vote, and in California, it's going to be really, really important. We have the highest taxes. We have a gas tax repeal on the ballot. There are a lot of issues that cross party lines and that we need to work on. And quite honestly, I've represented this area for 10 years. I've represented a quarter of the state. I'm a constitutional officer, in California, and I understand the district, understand the state, understand the people, and I understand the industries. And I've really got some great support.
Do you want the president to campaign for you?
I don't think he's planning on coming to California, but, I think you need to have whatever it is that gets people out to vote works for me. I think we've got 3 campaign offices.
Would you ever call the president and say, hey, I could really use you out here?
I think others have. I haven't called him. I don't think I have a direct line. I guess I could tweet, right?
But if he just saw this segment right now and then I said, hey, I heard about you, and he offered to come, would you want him?
Well, I don't think anybody should turn down somebody that wants to campaign for them. And quite honestly, this is not necessarily a Trump state, but we have a lot of Trump supporters. And I do believe that people believe that the economy is getting better, that they see the growth, they see the need for employment, qualified people to be employed. I think the tax reform is going to play very, very well in this state.
So that's a yes.
And,
if he phoned and said, I'm coming, you'd accept it.
Well, why not, Neil? Why not?
Thank you, Diane Harkey.
I
And
run
to your
my own
point, it might be a
campaign.
Democratic state, but it's been a safe Republican district for quite a few terms of Mr. ISIS, so we shall see.
It's really not. It's still got a Republican voter reg, but it is It was a very strong Hillary turf last time, as you understand.
Understood. It was close. Thank you very, very much. Good having you.
Thank you.
And
Pleasure.
again, we did reach out to Mike Levin, her Democratic opponent. Hope springs eternal, fair and balanced always.